This video is going to show you how to get started on your side view. First, I'm going to use the pan tool and position this left block, the one that's set up on origin, so I can see the back, and I'm going to zoom in. To make sure that we are not drawing into the hole, I'm going to make a couple guidelines. So I can either use the tape measure tool, or in this case I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to locate the top of the CO2 dragster hole, and I'm going to draw a straight line across, and I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. I'm going to click and draw a line going straight across. Using the tape measure tool, I know that I do not want to draw any closer than at least 4 millimeters close to the CO2 hole. So I'm going to click, drag up, and type in 4 mm, and then enter, and you'll see it makes a guideline mark, and I'm going to do the same thing down here. So I know that my side view can start anywhere between this guide mark and the top here, anywhere between this guide mark and down below. To get nice sleek arcs, we can use the arc tool. So I'm going to start a little above. I will click along here, and you are replicating your design, and I'm just going to make one the best that I can. And I'm going to, I like personally the lines when Google snaps to a blue line. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and click, and I can come down here and click along maybe here, bring it down until I get an arc that I'm comfortable with. Click, and then I can go ahead and finish off the front of my car. Remember, you don't want your car to go past the front, and if you want, you can actually make a guideline from the back to the front. Type in 200 for 200 millimeters, and I know that my car cannot be any shorter than that. So I can see that my car is good, so I can erase that line. I might also want something going on at the bottom, so I can go ahead and click along here, somewhere along the bottom. I can either go up or I can go down. I'm going to go up so I can get rid of material. And then I can maybe create another line about here. Remember, you don't want to make your side view too thin because of the impact. Using the push-pull tool, what I want to do is I want to push away any of the excess material. So I'm clicking, holding my mouse, and dragging it to the back. And I can do the same thing for what I have drawn at the bottom. I can come in and erase any of the lines that I've created for guide marks, and that looks good. The next thing on the side view that I want to mark are my axle holes. So off to the left, I'm going to select my tape measure tool. This place right here would be a good place for my back axle, and somewhere along here would be good for my front axle. So I'm going to come here and click once, move my mouse up, and I'm going to type in 10 mm for 10 millimeters. That's going to give me a guide mark where my axles need to be located. Using the circle tool, I'm going to find two locations, one for my front, one for the rear axle. So somewhere along this line, I can see that it's snapping to the midpoint at the bottom and along the guide mark that I make, so I think that's a perfect place for my back axle. So I'm going to click once, drag my mouse to the left, and type in 2 for the radius, mm, and then enter, and you'll see that it's created a circle. I'm going to come up here to the front, and if I draw my front axle here, it's really close to this dip. So I'm going to move up a little bit closer where I have a higher arc, and I would say that's a good place for my front axle. So I'm going to click once on this line, move my mouse to the left, type in 2 mm for the radius, and then hit enter. From here, I want to erase the guide mark that I created for my axle hole, and just as I did before with pushing away material, I want to push my axle hole, so I'm going to click once on this face, and then I'm going to come to this back end point and click once here. What you're telling is you want that face to meet up with that back face. So again, I want to click on this face once, find an endpoint on the opposite side, and then click, and you will see if I rotate that the axle holes have gone through. Now you can edit undo, go back and make any corrections. If I want, I can make this a little bit more arched, and I can take away more material if I'd like. And you can play around until you are satisfied with your design. When you are satisfied, I would like for you to click on File and Save. To do your top view, please move on to the next video.